Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Business List, your source for stories inside the party, across the country, and around the world. We are LP Alliance and Intercaucus Coalition, rebuilding the Libertarian Party and revolutionizing the Liberty Movement. My name is Amanda Griffiths. Why is Jeremy Ficklin there? Why is he doing these? Why are we being shuffled around like cards?
Yeah, we did not
at a
authorize
casino?
him to be on this stream.
I never authorized this.
He's
but I
relegated to
am-
the background.
I was chewing on
maybe
cables again, sorry.
maybe someday we'll allow him to come out of confinement.
Honestly, maybe Jeremy can replace Kyle. I'm not sure about this. I'm joined by Jake Porter. I'm joined by Rose Leatherman. I'm not joined by Kyle Davis. He's just here. Everyone, how are you, Jeremy? Deciding to pop your head out.
Oh, it wasn't his fault. I put him on.
I'm not.
Kyle,
surprised by
always
that at all.
disobeying instructions and trying to usurp Amanda.
Exactly. My teeth feel great, by the way. I'm using my my platform as a libertarian influencer to talk about oral hygiene.
It's
That's
good.
great.
It's responsible. Yeah.
Exactly. If you've never had a deep dental cleaning, get one. I just want to say that my teeth feel so good right now. I'm not. It feels so good. I got one yesterday. I called Kyle, and I was so happy. I was telling him about the teeny tiny gaps in my teeth because they're so clean. Get a deep cleaning is basically my message for everyone. And I'm happy to be supporting periodontal health. All right, how is everyone else's teeth?
My dentist always wants to do x-rays every time I go in. And I'm like, I keep trying to delay it because I'm like, I don't want to pay money for x-rays. They're expensive and my insurance will only partially cover them. So yeah, I keep delaying because I want to go back in, but yeah, they won't just do the freaking cleaning. They always try to sell you unnecessary shit like x-rays. It's really obnoxious.
Kyle actually said, and I didn't know this, that the part of the reason that x-rays take so long at the dentist is because they don't do auto contrast. So whenever they adjust the little mouthpiece 5,000 times and take the picture again, that's because they have to adjust the contrast. You would think, and can we take all the money that we're investing in LLMs and put it into dental x-rays that auto adjust the contrast? That would be one of my many excellent policy mandates after the Grand Rapids Revolution.
Realistically, at the point
So
where you've got
that's-
the X-ray machine in your mouth anyway, why doesn't it just sweep from no contrast to max contrast, and then let them change it in post?
I thought that's what the sweeping thing did, because there's the one that goes around your head like Alien, and then there's the one with the mouthpiece that you bite down 5,000 times.
Yeah, this is what we're going to start fundraising for once we've retaken the Libertarian Party.
Crowdsourcing auto contrast X-rays.
And how are we supposed to bring about a worldwide libertarian revolution if people don't have teeth?
Think how many minutes, how many hours per year how many years per year does the average person spend getting dental X-rays? That's what I want to know.
All the times we've talked about policy and messaging with teeth, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Get a deep cleaning, guys. It's great. It feels so good. Okay, we have stories to get to. In the first place, there were a couple of revelations that came out with regard to what else, but
it's just one revelation. It's a common mistranslation.
It's not true though. How many Leviathans? About Leviathan itself,
Are you
the
correct
state.
or modern
The
Christian?
state, I'm correct. There were revelations about Trump's awareness of what was going on with Jeffrey Epstein. These are emails that have been unearthed, released by Democrats on the House Oversight Government Reform Committee. This comes from Politico. So Trump said he asked me to resign, never a member ever. Epstein wrote in a 2019 email to Michael Wolff, an apparent plea from the president for Epstein to leave Trump's Mar-a-Lago club. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Epstein also wrote in an email in 2011 to Maxwell that Trump was a dog that hasn't barked, what appeared to mean that Trump had not disclosed details about Epstein's activities. Epstein added that a victim whose name was redacted spent hours with Trump. So this changes things somewhat.
So Trump saying that he had similar taste in women as Epstein, and Epstein saying he liked them young. Yeah, sounds like what's the old saying when someone tells you who they are, believe them? That may be in order here.
Yeah. Although we did have, I think, conservative influencers earlier today coming out and saying that technically Jeffrey Epstein was not a pedophile.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
You know,
important.
This is one of those things that, well, technically true. If you're ever in the position of having to make that distinction, it's time to rethink every decision you've ever made in your life. Okay, don't just
No,
don't.
guys. He doesn't diddle kids. He's an ephemophile. He
What-
only
Mhm.
diddles minors.
What is earned? Like, what is won in reminding everyone that actually this guy who liked 15-year-olds technically wasn't a pedophile?
And she, oh
the
yeah,
claim is
Megyn
that-
Kelly said that, yeah,
Yeah.
barely legal, which barely legal refers to 18 to 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Not okay. 15 is not legal.
Barely
anywhere
legal
in the U.S. as far as I
The
know.
operative word in the phrase "barely legal" is legal. Like, there is that. Yeah.
It's,
So
Exactly right. He may not be a pedophile, but he is a statutory rapist.
yeah. So the Liberty Centuries is telling us the House Oversight Committee (GOP) also released more files to try and defend Trump, showing the name that was redacted was Virginia, as though that would make a difference, I suppose, because she's been partly discredited somehow by certain individuals.
Yes, Virginia.
Yeah.
Santa's doing
So
time.
are we shooketh that Donald Trump had knowledge allegedly of Epstein's victims and proclivities, such as they were?
Well, I'm absolutely shocked. I
I-
mean, we've only been talking about this for really. He does everything he can. He wants the government. He wants the House dismissed. That way they can't discuss it. I'm just absolutely shocked that his name would come up somewhere and something that he doesn't want to talk about and calls a hoax. You know, I
Did
just.
you guys see that he hauled Nancy Mace into the Situation Room over this?
No.
Well, it was
I did not
Lauren
know.
Boebert. I did see. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He's trying to
He-
convince other.
Both got hit. Yes.
Well, I thought Nancy Mace was
so-
opposed, despite supposedly caring about his victims, also opposed to actually releasing the files.
Her name is on the list as
Hmm.
wanting to release them.
Okay.
Not the
It's a
Epstein
very
list
weird world.
that we know
Yeah,
of,
not the Epstein list. That's an important distinction.
Okay.
which is on Pam Bondi's desk right now.
But also, it's a hoax.
So
But it's a
what
hoax.
what does this do? So obviously Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein files that don't exist actually, but they do. What does this do for those persons who perhaps were members of our party and very excited to have Trump in the office, in the Oval Office, to be able to release the Epstein files? What do
Perhaps
these
they
revelations
knew he was in
say?
the Epstein
You
files, and they just
Fucking
Believe-
idiots is what I have to say.
But perhaps they knew he was in the Epstein files, and just this is their point on their age of consent. I don't know. It's
okay,
just a
okay.
theory.
They
They
just
just
want to
wanted to have
reinforce
What you're saying-
libertarian stereotypes, basically.
That's right.
I was going to say. So Megyn Kelly is secretly the worst part of the Libertarian Party.
Oh, we should be working
not
with
libertarians,
her,
but
making deals
they-
with
there you
her.
go.
Clearly, this is how she signals to us that she's actually a libertarian.
It's her name, or wink, wink, nod, nod.
No,
Yeah,
it looks foolish though, because we had libertarians talking about this for how long? The Epstein files, and now it's there's nothing in this. It's not just like the Republicans, because that's what they are.
Right. Well, this is what it's so weird seeing the MAGA base who, like, there was a whole conspiracy movement like built entirely around the idea that the government is full of pedophiles, which is probably true, and that Trump was some kind of messiah-like figure sent here by God to expose all the pedophiles and get them out of government. And that he's playing 557 degree or D chess to, this is all his plan for exposing the pedophiles and getting them removed from power. And now these same people are making excuses for him for not releasing the files, like parroting that, oh, it's just a hoax. There are no Epstein files.
And even though Epstein was talking to people within the Trump administration or close to Donald Trump in 2019, right before he goes to prison, right before he kills himself or doesn't kill himself, they're talking with people close to Donald Trump at that point. You know, Q may have been correct on a few things, and one of them that there may be a giant pedophile ring controlling the government, and that it also
and
may
that
be the
pedophile
current
Way
ring
president.
likes pizza.
Well, the pizza thing,
Look, it's everybody likes
kinda,
pizza.
That kind of
So-
got buried by the whole QAnon conspiracy theory that spun out from that. But I mean, if you go and read, like, if you read the original emails that started the whole thing, they were definitely not talking about pizza. Okay,
Look, pizza
maybe
makes
they-
people feel things sometimes, and I'm not going to judge.
Okay, fair
people get-
enough. Pizza
yeah.
and hot dogs. Yes.
Yeah. And with that, I have not seen how some of Trump's fluffers in the Libertarian Party, putatively speaking, have tried to defend this. I don't know whether they have. I
They
guess
just try
we'll
to
have
say
see.
he's not in the files. He didn't do anything wrong, you know.
But he's in the emails.
Well-
But were
Well,
we
he's in
supposed to
the
hear about the
email.
emails?
But you
It
can't
wasn't
trust
but her
Jeffrey
emails, like-
Epstein, Donald Trump's best friend. You cannot trust Jeffrey Epstein. He's a pedophile. You can't trust him.
a dead pedophile.
A dead
So-
pedophile.
Speaking of
That was
Epstein
not
and
a
lists,
pedophile.
Ghislaine Maxwell. The best thing is Ghislaine Maxwell gets sent to this wonderful prison now, where they've probably never let a child, a sex offender, go to before. Gets special treatment right after she meets with the Trump administration. And no one wants to say anything about that. I mean, we don't know exactly, what's going to be in every email that gets released and how credible they are. But we do know that she meets with the Trump administration, and then she gets sent to this country club prison
Mhm.
right after she
Yeah.
meets with them.
Yeah, these white collar prisons are, they're nicer than a lot of the places we probably live.
Yeah,
I considered pardoning her stupid ass.
They still might.
I have
So
a feeling.
Speaking of Epstein
Sorry,
and
go on.
lists,
Go on. Oh no.
Thomas Massey has
What,
successfully.
my
gotten-
segues are bad? Speaking of Epstein and lists, Thomas Massey. That's where
Yeah.
we are. That's where we are. Okay, Kyle, just go.
That's
go.
an excellent
It's-
segue.
It's speaking of
to our sponsor, Thomas Massey. No, so Thomas
We
Massey's
hope to
gotten the
have
final vote he
sponsors
needed.
one day.
Exactly. Thomas Massey's gotten the final vote he needed to force the vote on the Epstein list, which is likely why the government has been shut down, because Johnson's refused to allow a congressperson to take her seat for the last month. And now that she's in, she's officially signed, and thereby in December, they will have to vote on whether or not to release the Epstein files. As such, either those files are getting released, or we're going to see everyone that wouldn't do it. And either of those is very bad for the Republicans.
Yeah.
Very bad for the Republicans.
yeah. No, this is.
Right.
I'm curious about the fallout from this in terms of the people who vote against this release, right? How do they defend it, and then what is the national outcry if there is one? Democrats, don't get me wrong, are incredibly skilled at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, so they can probably pull it off. But how do they fumble this amazing opportunity?
My personal favorite, as far as like the Democrats go, is that if the genie gave Democrats 3 wishes, they'd negotiate it down to 1 and then wish for something they think the Republicans would like.
What I figure they're going to do is they're going to unveil a new health care plan that no one wants. They will do, because they've got to have their plans, even though they're not in power. They're going to unveil their plans. They're going to ignore the Republicans, and everyone's going to forget because they're going to hear how stupid the Democrats' plans are. That's what I think.
I am genuinely curious to see what comes as a result of this vote. I imagine people attempt, more revelations. I'm sure that there are Democrats' names in that too, so that this could get nasty.
Oh yeah.
Damn,
No,
I'm
I
going to
mean,
have to get rid of
this
my. I'm going to have
is
to sell off my
something-
Bill Clinton NFTs, my Bill Clinton flag that I got hanging outside,
I believe you
my
mean
Bill Clinton
Bubba
hat that I wear to
NFTs?
work and everywhere.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, this
Oh, I hope
is
not.
a blackmail op, most likely, that has yeah, like both parties are equally affected by it. So this idea that it's a partisan issue is, yeah, I mean,
We could
Yeah,
just
I mean,
have a clean sweep through Congress. There might be
One
just
would
so many
think,
names.
one would think that, yeah, anyone who is actually honest and not on that list would be saying the same thing, but they're either scared to release it because, well, either they'll be incriminated or because somebody has some very good threats and or blackmail or bribery on them.
Apparently, there are people who are allegedly on that list that doesn't exist, by the way, who did nothing wrong. I would actually be willing to admit that there might be the odd person who was on the jet and had no freaking clue. The vast
Or that
majority,
it was a
however,
setup of some sort.
yeah. The vast majority, however, I think not.
Right. I mean, yeah, we know what kinds of people are attracted to positions of power, so this is hardly something that should surprise anyone who understands
Don't get
how
in a
power
plane
works.
with anyone who works for the government. Any kind of flying craft is basically what I would advise. Kyle, what?
I mean, have you guys seen the email supposedly with talking about Bubba, which was
Bubba.
a slang for Bill Clinton?
Yes. I mean, I knew it was
Creepy.
slang.
And how Trump was, quote, blowing Bubba?
I don't think they mean it that way.
I think they do.
I don't though.
They were both on that plane. Bill whipped
I
out his
think that's enough
saxophone
Epstein
Is
files
that
for today.
Is that
Thank
what's
you.
on the, is that what Trump is so afraid of? It'd actually be funny if that's all it was. I mean, I can understand why that would be so embarrassing for Trump, that like he'd rather just people think that he's a pedo than think that he blew Bill Clinton.
Well, I mean, there might be one more thing that can distract everyone from this news, and that is, as we're talking about in the chat as well, checks. So Donald Trump possibly just like delirium tweeting. So I want to get that out there because he says things on social media that never really come to fruition, usually for the better. But did promise $2,000 checks to help with with some of the relief from the tariffs that he claimed don't impose any kind of economic
I
penalty
hate
on
to break the news
Americans.
to everyone, but Donald Trump often promises to pay people money. He often makes agreements to pay people money and then often doesn't pay people money.
But I think he might do it this time because this is a great way to have people not think about the Epstein files and the vote thereon. We will probably have to wait until December, until after the vote at any rate. But yes, so this is being marketed as we've gotten all of this extra revenue from the tariffs, which once again, that's not how tariffs work. Tariffs don't mean that, I don't know why I'm saying this to people. Tariffs don't mean that the country on which the tariff is imposed actually pays a penalty back. What happens is they just raise the prices and usually the consumers eat the cost. It trickles down. It's trickle down
Whoever
economic
would have thought
fuck up.
that would be the case.
Yes.
Who could have predicted that?
Look, second and
there's
third order effects are not the strong suit of most people.
Right. That's not what's supposed to happen, okay? It's supposed to bring money into the economy and bring back manufacturing to the US. Okay, let's not pay attention to stupid little
And
irrelevant
that's
details
also
like what
planning, by the way.
actually
Let's
happens in
let's have these menial, mundane jobs that should be automated. I said it. Let's have them brought back to American shores so that people can't actually invest in themselves and their creative intellectual development. No, we'll just have them working in assembly lines like cogs in a wheel. That's fantastic. That's a great way to reach for heights. I mean, it's planning. Tariffs are planning.
Cogs in a wheel?
Yeah. It's you're trying to basically like cogs in a wheel.
Cogs in a machine?
Have you never heard that phrase before?
Wheels don't.
Cogs in a wheel?
Cogs are wheels.
Cogs do have wheels, Kyle, because in Trump's America, if we want cogs and wheels, well, you're going to get cogs and wheels. He's now looking this up, everyone. He's now looking up the idiom. I don't have time for this. It's cogs and wheels now. I've decided it. It's happened. We're moving on. it's planning, it's nonsense. It's a way of bringing the worst jobs back to American shores while the higher jobs and the innovative professions are left unpursued. And America, which is supposed to be championing all of these innovative professions, is not able to do that as much. So tariffs are bad, okay? And yeah, wheels have cogs. Yes, I said cogs in a wheel. So a cog is in the wheel because the wheel has cogs. So I'm correct.
I'll leave you two to fight this out.
David agrees with
I'm not fighting. She's just fighting with herself at this point.
me. David agrees
Okay.
with me. He says wheels have cogs, so cogs in a wheel. Anyhow, war with Venezuela. Yes, thank you. So that is David. So I'm correct. David is agreeing with me.
No one's arguing with you.
You did.
You're just arguing with yourself.
You argued with me. You said there's no such thing as a hook and wheel. Anyhow.
I mean, I found it. It comes from a 15th century misunderstanding of cog in the machine. It's not a thing. It's always been grammatically incorrect, and it says very specifically that if you
Wheels
use it, it's
have
grammatically incorrect,
cogs.
but it's become commonly used.
A cog in a
No, they
wheel
don't.
refers to a small but essential part of a larger system or organization. It's idiomatically correct. And Kyle, you should know all about idioms, seeing as that is one letter
Oh,
away from what
okay.
you are. So Chris
Then what you're
says,
saying is the next time Phil says that he could care less, you're not going to correct him because it's equally wrong.
well, it
that's
depends.
just- that's
Wait, like
just irritating.
I could definitely care less about revolution. So I mean that could be correct. He could use that phrase correctly.
Not the way.
Right, that's
Phil
technically
uses
a compliment
Yeah,
if someone
I
tells you
could
they
care
could
less.
care less.
I could care
Or just
less
say thank you when someone
about
says
the
that.
members in this party. Chris's war in Venezuela is the next distraction, and Happy Hour Hegseth already gave it a clever little name. Giving Hegseth a clever little name there, Chris. Yeah, no, unfortunately, I agree, but we are now well past the advertised peace presidency that was supposed to come as the result of the Trump administration. That's right, everyone. We have a libertarian POTUS.
But you won't get foreign policy or economic policy or domestic policy.
But we will have a libertarian POTUS.
You
Somehow,
will have a centrally planned economy, but he does own the libs. You got to admit that. And that's all that matters.
owning the libs is all that politics has been
He's
reduced
hated-
to.
Yeah, I mean,
He
I can't
hates the
believe you
right
guys
people.
would be just defending narco terrorists. I mean, come on.
Right. So this is another thing
It's
that so,
definitely not just it's not just the latest WMDs in Iraq, fentanyl in Venezuela.
so for those who are not aware, yes, Hegseth has said that we are now fully a wartime department. We are no longer planning for peace, which, okay, zoom out, bird's eye view here. I think that it is very good to work on the most innovative weapons tech. I think you should want to be the most militarily advanced country in a world where nature abhors a vacuum. And if there's a power vacuum, someone's going to fill it. I would rather it not be a bunch of tankies or a bunch of other fascists. Unfortunately, here we are. So it's going to be one or the other. But what I don't see as being very conducive to our prosperity is simply talking as though we are going to go around chopping everyone's head off. And I'm not really sure what even the strategy of announcing that we're no longer a peacetime nation is supposed to be about. I'm conflicted on this one, quite frankly, because really it just seems like Trump is trolling everyone at this point. I am not completely putting it past him to just be humiliating all of his voters at this point, because Trump loves to humiliate people who supported him. This is a thing. He did it with RFK, with the McDonald's. He did it with Chris Christie, calling Chris Christie fat. He did that with McArdle by talking about how the libertarian movement backed him so much.
But also
It's-
promptly forgetting who she was.
Well,
But-
yes, yeah. So this just
And
might
not-
be a way to troll the voters.
Could be.
Jocelyn says, I don't think he has a clue what's going on. I think he's deep in dementia. Trump's
I was going to
dementia.
say something similar, actually. Like,
It-
have you seen that recent video clip where he walks? He seriously looks like he's had a recent stroke or something. Like, we knew that Biden was
Where he can't
essentially
stay
an
straight on
animated-
the fucking carpet.
like we knew that Biden was essentially an animated corpse near the end there,
That's
but
the
it looks
thing.
like the same thing might be going on with Trump. And
Is
it's
Trump developing Roomba syndrome because Biden just turned into a Roomba by the end of it, where he's just kind of like looking around for where to
Did
go,
you
where to
see
spin off?
Trump falling asleep during a meeting and like
But
In
did that
fairness-
happen-
his whole head was
did
falling
that
around?
happen
I do that during
naturally, or did
bylaws committee
somebody
meetings,
Put a
so-
clamp in his brain or something. Like, is there a chip in his brain that's like, I don't know. Yeah,
I
okay,
would
maybe
like
he's
to
just old.
I think he's an
fund-
80-year-old man who's losing his mind.
I mean,
Look-
that's the most logical explanation, yes. But
I'd like to fund a
whoever's
research
pulling
study.
the strings, it's not him. I mean, we've known this for a
Donald
while.
Trump?
We know that we've known this for a while. We know that it's a different faction of the ruling class that's pulling the strings. This
Oh
time
no, I
versus
think
his
I think
first
Donald
term.
Trump is
However-
doing his own thing. Like that's the thing, because nothing else makes sense. If it were actually a faction of the ruling class, right, then there would be consistent policy making. There's no consistent policy making. It's
I
madness.
think that there are people vying for control over him, but like, I mean, the people behind Project 2025 definitely seem to have more influence than I had originally anticipated. Like, I remember reading through like the Project 2025 stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's disturbing. However, this all seems like your standard wish list by a bunch of special interest entities that probably are not going to get much of what they are hoping for.
Didn't Heritage help author Project 2025?
Oh,
Did I
yeah.
completely hallucinate? Okay, so
He made Trump wanted revenge on the people who wronged him during his first term, and he wanted
Right.
power. And this time he actually aligned himself with people who seemed able to back him and give him power.
right, but Heritage is now fully just changing their policy positions to accommodate Trump. Like I don't feel like Trump's owned by Heritage. I feel like I feel like Trump owns Heritage.
I think he should demand they put his name on the Trump Heritage Foundation.
He might, honestly, he might. Yeah, that's what's bizarre. No, I don't think Trump is ideological. I think he's definitely a populist, but I do see him as just doing whatever he thinks is going to help get him votes and get him popularity in the short term.
Well, I don't even know if he cares about popularity. His polls
fair.
are just tanking, and it's like he's got power. As long as he's president, he's not going to go to prison.
That's why it feels like he's a puppet, and that you've got these various entities who are using him as a means to get their what
And he
they
can
want
make
to
money.
cross and what they can get through. Like,
But
And
that's
he's
the
turned
thing.
that White House into some cheap country club,
oh yeah,
with
I think the only
gold from
people
Home Depot everywhere.
I
that you
think he does want he thinks he's acting on his own interests, I'm sure, but I think that there are definitely people pulling the strings here who
Like
have
Home Depot.
long-term goals and are
I
You've
think
got
the only people
different
you could
factions of the
argue-
ruling class, different wannabe technocrats, all vying for power right now.
I think
and
the only people you could argue are doing that or are able to do that rather are news anchors, right? Because you know how the joke went that he basically he listens to whatever is the first thing that he hears or the last thing that he hears, but and they seem to be in a very quid pro quo type of relationship with him as well. Like they're going to suck him off as long as he does what they want, and so it's a back and forth, and so it's a very, very schizophrenic policy. What am I missing about Home Depot? What is going? Jake mentions Home Depot. Jocelyn's mentioning Home
So-
Depot.
what are they
Trump
helping
went
to
on
pay
this-
for the ballroom?
No, Trump went on this whole thing that you can't buy this gold that he's putting in the White House at Home Depot, and someone found out you could buy the same stuff off Home Depot.
It's just Sharpie, isn't it? It's all colored in with massive golden Sharpies.
Yeah, but it's he's saving the
workers just
taxpayers
come up with a
money.
big ass Sharpie. And just like
That's
Sharpie the
bringing
entire
jobs to
building.
America. Think how many jobs you're creating by making the workers carry that giant.
But he's
Sharpie
just writing names on things like the Oval Office. You know, you just
in gold.
he's got that. He's going to get one of those label makers and just start putting, the desk, and he's just going to put that all around the.
People
all
get
around the
addicted
White
to
House.
those. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be
know.
surprised. Yeah, that is true, Chris. Home Depot is orange, and I've forgotten about that connection.
Oh,
Please-
label makers. Yeah, those
please
things are
forgive-
annoying because they take way longer than just writing on labels.
Did we just blip out? Wait, so going back with stimulus checks, rerouting. Wow, who's
Yeah,
excited?
I'll shut out label makers.
Who's excited for stimulus checks labeled with Donald Trump's signature? if that even happens, which I think there's actually a good-ish possibility of it happening based on distractions that need to be created.
Tariff rebate checks or whatever.
Tariff rebate checks.
Well, if he doesn't have to pay that money back to the corporations that paid the tariffs, which may happen with the Supreme Court, depending on what they decide.
Mm-hmm. It's possible. Anything is possible. We wanted to go to an email that Kyle alerted me to. That Kyle alerted all of us to.
Another Epstein email.
No, unfortunately, no. Significantly more boring, evidently, but this is from Stephen Nicola. I'm not getting any emails from Stephen Nicola, by the way. I'm very upset with it. I think I signed up for their email list. I haven't gotten a single Libertarian
Maybe
Party
you should donate some
email.
money.
I've donated money. I'm a member of the Libertarian Party. I don't know what more you want from me.
I don't think you've donated money.
I have donated money. Kyle, what can you tell us about this email that you've received directly from Steve Nikhil?
Yeah, exactly. It only went to me.
Yeah, it says Kyle right there. XX name.
I was underwhelmed by it.
Yes. There are errors, in fact, in this email. But the first part is all like, we're going to equalize with the Republicans and Democrats the next 10 years. And then here's how we're going to do it. We're going to make a new culture with outreach and recruitment instead of infighting, because that's always worked. Stop infighting, y'all.
Okay.
Compare the benefits of our policies to the harm caused by the other ones. Create a big tent party instead of a small tent party. Provide a home for every kind of libertarian. Anyone who lands in the libertarian section of the Nolan chart.
Can I just say, I don't like the Nolan chart. It's just there's a spectrum: totalitarian and then self-ownership. That's it. And yes, there are various dimensions of wanting totalitarianism and wanting self-ownership, but the Nolan chart was a person's idea. And while we are all eternally indebted to David Nolan, that does not make everything that he did perfect and godlike. This happens so often. People, and I've done it because I know it's a good trick and everyone falls for it. You come up with a pithy little way of sorting people or of phrasing a thing or of categorizing things, and people go nuts for it. Pay attention to this. Pay attention to this in your lives. When people are like, oh, there's a way to sort people like this, or there however many types of that, or it's nonsense. It's nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. When people try to categorize things and try to group things, a lot of times it's just overly simplistic crap. I'm going to get so much hate for this. I love David Nolan. The Nolan chart is not everything it's cracked up to be. Please go on.
Foster a warm and friendly community.
I mean, once we've made fun of anyone who likes the Nolan chart, which I agree with, by the way, then we'll try to foster a warm and welcoming community.
When I don't read ahead.
No, I would have, if you hadn't gone on that rant, I would have. So.
Thank you, Rose. I appreciate you.
I think I'm going to stand out there at the credentials desk and welcome everyone, because you know that it will give everyone a warm and friendly feeling whenever they talk to me.
Jake's going to be our Walmart greeter.
So,
be like that time Dick Cheney was a Walmart greeter.
Dick Cheney delivered greetings to his friends from across the way at the speed of sound. So the three crucial points in the previous thing were not to import the culture war, left-right culture war, use messaging that serves libertarian purists and pragmatists at the same time.
There's not a difference.
And stop fighting over small differences until we've enacted the large things.
Like this is why I don't read ahead. This is why I don't read ahead, because then I just get angry when I jump on it. Just scroll up. Do the thing. Just scroll up there. Okay. So here's the problem with saying don't import culture wars. Is this is a shibboleth, which I've been saying a lot lately, but it's basically a way of it's not a shibboleth. It's a Rorschach test, right? So it's a way of identifying where people fall, because there's a group of people who, when they hear, I'm not going to do culture wars, what they think is, I'm not going to touch anything that has to do with, trans rights, for instance. And then there's another group of people who, when they hear, I'm not going to do culture war stuff, think, I am going to try and use policy to keep the government from doing what I think is interfering in culture and in, in trans discourse, whatever. So it doesn't mean anything. When people say, I'm not going to do culture war stuff, you have no idea what they mean. You have no, it's up to the interpreter. The way you interpret, I'm not going to engage with the culture war, tells you what kind of libertarian you are, if you are, not the converse. Use messaging that serves
Why are you
libertarian.
talking about shoes?
Use messaging that serves libertarian purists and pragmatists at the same time. Okay, radicalism is pragmatic. We are in an era of shock value capital. So the most radical message gets heard, period. Sometimes there are people who try and neuter radical messaging by making the actual policies that messaging supports, favorable to either the Republicans or the Democrats. We see this a lot with LPNH. LPNH uses edgelordy type of rhetoric, but really what they're advocating for is pretty like milquetoast conservative, right? And so again, radicalism is pragmatic, but you got to be radical on the policy and the rhetoric, not just one or the other. And that goes in the inverse as well. Stop fighting over small differences until we've enacted our large agreements. I do and I don't agree with this. And everyone can jump in, by the way. Like, you can fight over the small differences here. I do and don't agree with this.
I was just hoping to get through this so we can get the chat back on screen.
Put the chat back on screen. It
covers the email.
Okay, fine. What's wrong with this is that it's really important for people to see ideological debate in the Libertarian Party. So while I think ad hominem attacks are silly and kind of miss the point, it is really valuable to have debates, really rigorous debates about what type of policy to support, what kind of strategy to engage in. We need to hear those debates as members in the party. We need to see officers having those debates. And the public also needs to see the ideological grounding for different positions, seeing that it comes from the same place. There's an ideology behind this that is leading to diverse policy preferences. That's something that has depth that is not normally present in political discourse today, and the mass public really needs to see that. Are we? You go on. Unless other people have thoughts.
On one hand, I am happy to see the Libertarian Party actually put out emails again, so that's good. I don't exactly get the point of this email. I don't get what the call to action is. I don't get why I should care.
We're only halfway through it, so
it's longer. I'm not going to read through all that. I would just hit delete. That's probably what happened. I probably got the email and just deleted it. I'm lying. I don't delete emails, but it's probably still in the inbox. I wouldn't read all that.
There's a secret to writing long emails. It's not that people don't read long emails. It's that people don't read long, non-engaging emails. If you write with care, that care is going to come through. If you write with just, let me get this rote information across, no, then people are going to delete it. So this email is not checking the boxes. Write a long email, fine. Make it engaging, make it colorful, make it interesting, make it something that shows a care for the message and for the reader as well.
So we're finally getting to the actual point of this email, which is to learn to take yes for an answer. If someone wants to move in the same direction as you, why would you say, no, that's not good enough? Why would you need to know in advance they want to travel the whole way? Well, that's what a lot of us do, and we cast condemnations if we don't get full agreement on everything at once.
I'm distracted by Chris. Chris, I'm not talking about the mass public in the Libertarian Party. That's the thing. I'm talking about the actual public who need to see the debates that we're having. And also having the debates will make the things that we do more engaging, quite frankly. Kyle, please continue. Turn the page.
So why not say yes and let's travel together as far as we can go? That's what I'm proposing to you. Maybe you don't think it's true. If it were possible to make the Libertarians as big and powerful as the Democrats and Republicans and do it in less than 10 years, would you want that?
I hate bullets so
Can
much.
you take yes for an answer? Can you travel with people who want to go in the same direction as you, even if they're not ready to go the whole way? Do you have enough confidence in your own values to believe that people will move toward you over time, if only you give them the space and encouragement to do so? In the meantime, as you ponder these questions, please do two things. First, give the ideas I'm sharing a vote of confidence by making a contribution or starting or increasing a new monthly pledge. The recent bout of infighting badly depleted us. We need your help to continue. Second, make a commitment to do a simple volunteer task. Open every single message we send you. Jake, Amanda.
I didn't
Even
get
if
this
you don't have the
message.
time to read it
Who did this
immediately.
message go other than to not me?
It went to everyone who's ever donated to the party.
I have donated to the
I'm
party.
being reminded of why I didn't make it all the way through this email.
This
Also,
simple act will help prevent Google and Yahoo from delivering our message into spam and side folders.
That's
Okay, so
probably
maybe
what
that's what
happened right
happened.
there.
there we go. Because I do have
Oh.
I do have the Gmail.
So I'm gonna give an
Oh
information.
wait. Okay, open every single message we send you. Where does that come in the email? Right at the very bottom. So you have to have already been committed to reading the damn email, and then
It better
you're-
say that in the title, in the subject. Open the email. Open this
open
damn
every email
email.
we send you. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a call to
scare
action
people.
right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else.
Yes.
It's like I get this email from Rick Santorum, like, Jake, this is after I met him, right? So I get
Yeah.
this email, it's a mass email, but it's like, Jake, I'm in your town. I'm like, that's creepy.
That sounds like a threat. Jake, I know where you live.
Like, I've already had to talk to you a couple times. It was horrifying enough. So, no, and the other point I want to make of this email is it talks about the infighting. We didn't have a bout of infighting.
Yeah,
We have
I was
people
gonna
that are
say
not
that,
on the
please,
same
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
We have people
Yeah,
that are, if you were
this is
supporting Donald
getting
Trump
so
in the last
annoying.
presidential election, it is not infighting. You are not on the same team as me.
As
And I'm not
soon
going to
as the
pretend that
Mises
you're on
caucus,
my team. If you're trying to
they
get
stopped having the
Maha
majority.
to run as a libertarians and drop out to endorse Republicans, you are not on my team. And I'm not going to pretend to have unity with you. And I'm tired
soon
of it
as
being
they
called infighting every time we say that.
Stop
You're
the
not
They
on my
infighting.
team.
stopped having the majority. They started talking about unity again.
Just
It's
away.
like these are the people who told the loser brigade to get out of the party if they didn't like the new direction it was taking, and now they're concerned with unity as soon as they don't have the majority.
Stop the infighting is just a way to be like, let the most aggressive people win. And you know what? The most aggressive people are going to win, so be aggressive.
The people
Uh,
who are openly saying they just want to purge everyone from the party and
Exactly.
permanently turn it into a farm team for MAGA.
But
I don't have a problem with
excellent.
radicals, pragmatists,
I'm
whatever,
all
if you're
for
actually going the right direction,
libertarian
the same
unity,
direction.
but would have to be with actual libertarians.
I am not for libertarian unity. I'm from libertarian solidarity. Anyone who talks about unity is going to be sent to the gulag immediately, like Kyle. You see the background? That's where you're going to go. And Kyle
gonna
is going to
get
be
me
your
a-
roommate.
I'm going to get me
I'm
a
pretty
unity
sure
ring
that-
like
I
Rick
mean, he put
James and go to
himself there
convention and
already.
just
That should
slap
be a
these
red
people.
flag.
There we go. This is an excellent question. If he doesn't want infighting over super minor things, then does that mean he's okay with rainbow porcupines now? No, the answer is no, because the rainbow porcupines give Dave Smith bad feelings. And Dave Smith is a very, very followed.
The ice
Reactionary
porcupines
do
though
not
Dave
want to-
Smith loves.
You don't want to
Put the entire effing ice
ice.
porcupines at the border.
Actually, that'd be fantastic. I would stuff the border with freaking porcupines. It's amazing. Yeah, you could have this email could have been a rousing coalition building exercise talking about how minor party voters are being systemically marginalized, as happened in Pennsylvania. Where was the press release on that? There was an entire county that took minor party voters off of the rolls. And this was a thing in the Libertarian Party for 5 minutes. That's gold. I think I said this before. It doesn't matter whether it was intentional or not. What matters is that it looked intentional. And so that could have been used. That could have been used to build coalitions and talk about the oppression of minor party voters all across America. And then perfect example of this in Pennsylvania. Instead, no, we got an email on something, no more rainbow porcupines, culture wars, and Big Tent. I can't even remember. I didn't get the email. And
We need a tent revival, but it
badly
doesn't
about
have to
that.
be too big of a tent.
No, because if the tent's too big, then it doesn't even feel like a tent. That's
Did I
really
ask myself?
profound.
Oh, you can have my email.
Someone should write that down. There are two types of tents: big tents and small tents. I'm a very profound person. See, people do it all the time.
Man, Nick Trotsky.
Time is very important in history, Kyle. And speaking of time being important in history, we do have an anniversary coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 1-year birthday of the LP Alliance Discord, which was previously called Refocus LNC.
We should have a
subsequently-
special Zoom get together or something.
We should. We
Make some
absolutely
cakes.
should.
It's an excuse to have cake, so I like this idea.
Exactly. And
I have to
again,
actually get off my ass and go
Lie.
get cake.
Manna doesn't eat bread.
I got
She's
my
not
teeth
eating cake.
cleaned. I got my
Does
teeth cleaned.
cake
I'm
count
very
as bread,
nervous
though?
about making my teeth. I'm serious. Like, I flossed like 3 times today already. I don't want my teeth to get bad. It's been a long time since I've had a good cleaning, and I like it. Our thanks to Phil Ryan, our God King Mongol, who is in the chat right now. Phil, we aspire to be as great as you and look up at everything you do. Please don't hurt us. So yes, Phil was one of the first movers, although all 4 of us were there pretty early on. Happy birthday to LP Alliance. Kyle wasn't, but he kind of just
I wasn't either.
dragged
I mean,
himself in. You were a little bit. You came what, in like February? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we
When
go.
he came is a question for Jocelyn.
Anyhow, so happy birthday to LP Alliance. I don't want to get too maudlin, but it really is just incredible to see how we've grown, and to have you guys in the chat every week is amazing. And then to have folks in the Discord talking and shooting the shit, talking about strategy is even better. So thank you all so much. See, Kyle is very easily distracted. This happens quite a lot. We're
It's
actually
not my
doing
fault
a
that
thing.
Grinder is big tent friendly.
We're doing a thing, and then Kyle cuts in and dilutes the message, and that's why he's in the gulag. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Chris.
Now, but you can't infight over what Kyle does, though. We
Well,
can't have
I
any
mean-
infighting. Infighting is bad, so we have to just tolerate it.
Kyle has infought his way right into the gulag. That's what happened. So, yeah. Happy birthday to LP Alliance. Do you have favorite memories of LP Alliance? Favorite LP Alliance live streams?
Did you expect us to have a fucking kid show together for this?
I thought Jeremy he was on screen early. I thought maybe there was going to be a little surprise ending or something, and we were going to
Just
have the
fucking-
clips.
Instead of the
You're
usual
gonna-
outro, it's just like, as we go on.
Exactly.
we'll
I think we
remember."
should periodically
All the
bring him
time.
on. Just
exactly.
as a little surprise for the audience.
We should do a montage. We should do you could see the changing faces of the people on LP
montage.
Alliance. Yes, exactly. Back when Rose and I were the same person and people got us confused, which was very interesting, very fun.
I can't even remember who that person was that got us
That was
confused.
Nova.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
So, Kyle, you don't have any fond LP memories to share? LP members?
No.
Oh, let's
No.
see here. Well, I just remember joining LP Alliance and being on some kind of warpath. I guess I could say I'm still on it. But
Yeah, because you were actually on our first live stream. Kyle wasn't, because Kyle wasn't really part of LP Alliance then. You were on our first live
I was
stream.
in episode 2.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
episode
remember. I remember when I first
Hold on.
joined.
No,
it took me
if she's
like a
gonna
month,
do this, we're gonna play this game.
No. I didn't know the difference
Here
between
you go.
Kyle and Devin at first.
Oh, that is funny. Well, because they both have light hair, and they both had long hair back then too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but Rose was on our inaugural live stream, which I think. Oh, you really?
Oh my god.
Can we look at Kyle? Just look at Kyle. Kyle.
I've aged since then. Wow, being part of the LP really ages you.
Being part of the LPA really does age you. And this is
As
the
as you
note-
may notice, Amanda is just the mirror Rose.
yeah,
That's what's
with
going on
glasses.
here.
I can, yeah.
Let's see.
We can take that down
We
now.
can go back to that very first one if
Wait,
you want.
do we need to do this?
This is your doing.
this is the clip show. This is,
Yep. I don't even. There's episode 1. There's the inaugural.
I honestly think a huge thank
this
you,
is-
by the way, to Chase Oliver. I can make your joke in a second. This is important. A huge thank you to Chase Oliver and to our initial guests on that inaugural live stream, because I think it was having such a great lineup that allowed us to get huge viewership immediately and kept people coming back. And again, the initial guests on that live stream helped make that happen. And I do want to note that. So thank you, Chase. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Oh gosh, there were others too, and I'm gonna blank on the names. But I can remember their faces.
Yeah.
John.
Pedro was there.
Yeah. Is that Kyle? You had things. Yeah, you had things to say, Kyle. And see, that's our God King Mongol. Phil
Yeah,
Ryan.
so this is the fully formed media team that we started out with that makes us suspicious, right?
Yeah.
We definitely didn't just
We-
gather up.
Our
like, we didn't just, like, say-
Soros-funded media team. My gosh, what am I doing? That is the. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely didn't just like put out a call in the
Yeah,
various
Phil-
channels saying
Phil's
asking who was willing to volunteer to be
Ted
on the
Brown,
first
there we go.
stream episode.
Phil's broadcasting from inside a manhole. I think we need to just.
That's what I was going to point out. in
Yeah,
fact.
the fully formed media, like it was on a shoestring budget at the time.
Yeah.
But we weren't really raking in the Soros bucks yet.
No, we were thrown up against the wall. Like, look at that. And we had to do a live stream to save our lives. It was like RuPaul lip sync for your lives, but instead it was live stream for your lives. It's terrible. Like Ted had the edges chopped off of his circle. It's crazy.
I mean, the top of your head was gone. Phil had been taken by everything. It was just
Yeah, I
yeah,
felt
like we
you
were
couldn't
like
really,
different
like,
heights. I'm up here and Phil's like way down there.
Your head was always like cut off by the top of the circle.
this is my best Phil impression.
You have the background too. That's amazing. I do want to give myself some credit for suggesting
Looking like
that-
Rose.
for looking like Rose. That was back when I was hot. Yeah,
I'm just missing the ceremonial leather jacket.
exactly. Oh, I have another. I have the Trotsky leather jacket that I wore for the Halloween stream. It's a different leather jacket, and neither of them are real leather. I am happy that I did suggest that inaugural live stream because now we have a captive audience most nights a week, and again, it was thanks to the amazing crew that pulled that off. So thank you all. I'm not thanking Kyle because Kyle wasn't there. I'm thanking Jake because Jake was doing like important reporting work. What was Kyle doing? Nothing. What was I doing? Being hot.
So it's
What?
February.
Yeah. February you were and you did your first stream. All right. Does that about see, I wish we had a clip show. Damn it. Favorite
We can
LPA
do a
live
clip
stream.
show for tomorrow if you really want to.
Favorite LPA live stream. Go.
For me, it was
you
LP
did the one
Russia.
with I
LP
like the
Russia?
one you do with Ben Weir, and we got to question him. And
That one reached a lot of like
did.
like the viewer count. Yeah, I've
did.
never like that's like
Now,
the
Karen
highest
Ann was
viewer
pretty
count
funny,
stream
too,
I think
though.
I've ever wanted to like.
Oh,
that's like
gosh.
the highest viewer count episode I think I've ever been on.
We had, there's the Karen Ann episode where we had Karen Ann and Meredith on, and I got accused of being a psychopath because I looked at the camera. Like everyone else is looking off camera and not even
It's
paying
not
attention
The
to anyone's
first time
feelings.
you've gotten that accusation.
I had,
Phil.
yeah, and I think it's the leather jacket.
Just 'cause it's
Um, It's
I thought it
the
was the
leather jacket.
glasses.
It's the fact that I'm very bad at smelling things. I have a very poor sense of smell, and evidently this is genuinely linked to psychopathy. So I blame my huge nose but lack of sense of smell.
No, I mean, if this was an anime like the lighting would be such that like your glasses would be like the lighting would you know what I'm saying? Like it would be like where the lighting is reflecting off of them, so you can't actually see your eyes, so
Exactly,
it makes
it'd be
you
like-
look evil.
Let's make an
Yeah.
LNC anime.
Yeah, you have to keep doing this.
The
They'd be all like
Andy's not
whited
totally
out.
wrong. Halloween was pretty fucking good.
If we're including crossover streams, I really liked Halloween, but honestly, the first thing that comes to mind for me is the This Day in Libertarian History, March 18th, Paris Commune and Kronstadt stream, which everyone should check out. It's
I
educational.
liked the Market Anarchy stream. That
The
one-
Market
or-
Anarchy was
or
streamed. We
Anarch-
still have to
Ancap
schedule part
slash-
2. We still have to schedule
and
part
it just
2.
kind of never happened, and now I don't even remember what we talked about. I just remember, it got a lot of viewers, and we got a bunch of people who joined after
We
it.
did. Talked about intellectual property. I remember that. I had
yeah.
fun on that stream. I got to learn things. Yeah, I would say if we're including crossover streams, but I liked LP Russia too. LP Russia was a lot of fun.
Oh, I loved that.
yeah.
That really put things into perspective. Talking to libertarians in a country where they have even less freedom to say "fuck the government" on stream. At least we can still say "fuck Trump" for the time being.
Exactly,
Maybe this will come back
exactly.
and bite us later, but
Jake's like, I don't watch the live streams that I'm not on, so I don't really have a favorite.
Oh,
Just any
I've
episode.
watched many of them. Watch them later on.
Right. He will watch them later because now there's going to be a quiz. Trying to think of like my least favorite live stream that I was on. Actually, I can think of it, but it was mostly because I didn't know anything about the topic.
oh, and I agree. We need to make an LNC anime. That's a thing that needs to exist.
I want to make.
I want to know what I can do to help make this happen.
Okay, I want to make Teen Girl Squad, but with the LNC instead. Like the homestarrunner.com Teen Girl Squad, but it's the LNC. You really wouldn't have to change much, actually. All right. I don't know how to wrap this. Thank you, everyone, for
Easy.
almost a year of... don't. Thank you, everyone, for almost a year of
I want to
LP
hear him
Alliance.
start rapping.
For almost a year of LP Alliance. If you want to be a part of it, if you want to get involved, we will be stronger with you. Go to the Discord. It's discord.gg/LP Alliance with LP-Alliance. We are LP_allies on Twitter. We have other social media accounts as well. I don't know what they are because I only post on the Twitter. Unless it's cross-posted.
Facebook.com/TheLP Alliance
We're not
and
coordinated. across the-
YouTube.com/@LP Alliance.
Subscribe. It actually really does help. Give us a follow.
She would know this if she would ever use the buffer.
And I don't need to. And do
Obviously
join
she
our
does.
Discord. Submit to the torch.media. You can send me a DM directly on any places where I am, which includes X and Discord. Again, thank you all so much for being a part of this. And we're gonna say anarchy. And we're gonna say anarchy. Full transparency. Now I wanna say anarchists on the business list. Destroy